Welcome back to Car Vibes, the channel where we dive deep into the cars that capture passion, power, and performance. And today, we've got something truly special. The legendary nameplate that defined American muscle in the golden era has returned, and it's back in a way that combines heritage with futuristic innovation. That's right, we're talking about the all-new 2026 Plymouth GTX, a car that's been reborn for the modern era while staying true to its roots as the gentleman's muscle car. When you think of the Plymouth GTX, you think of raw V8 power, bold styling, and that presence that made it stand out even among the icons of the late 60s and early 70s. But in 2026, muscle cars are facing a completely different world. Performance isn't just about horsepower anymore. It's about technology, sustainability, and giving drivers a balance of nostalgia and modern-day thrills. Chrysler's resurrection of Plymouth for this model has been one of the most talked about moves in the industry. And after seeing what they've created with the GTX, it's clear they're not just banking on the name. They've built a car that demands attention. Let's start with the design, because that's the first thing anyone will notice about the new GTX. It's unmistakably modern. But the design team worked hard to channel the DNA of the classic models. The front end is bold and aggressive, with a wide stance and a grille that echoes the split design of the late 60s GTX, but reimagined with LED lighting signatures that give it a futuristic glow. The hood features functional scoops, not just for looks, but for performance cooling, reminding us of the classic air grabber style that muscle car fans love. From the side profile, the long hood and fastback roofline scream American muscle, but with sleeker lines and sculpted surfaces that make it aerodynamically efficient. Out back, the rear light bar stretches across the width of the car, a modern twist on the traditional rectangular tail lamps. Sitting on massive 21-inch alloy wheels, wrapped in performance rubber, the 2026 GTX has a stance that says, power even when it's standing still. But the beauty of this car isn't skin deep. Pop the hood, and you'll find what makes this rebirth so exciting. Chrysler knew they couldn't bring back the GTX without giving it proper power. The base version comes with a twin-turbocharged 3.6-liter V6 hybrid system producing around 550 horsepower, delivering performance while meeting the stricter emission standards of today. But the model enthusiasts will drool over is the HEMI-powered beast. Yes, the legendary HEMI V8 lives on in the form of a 6.2-liter supercharged engine paired with a mild hybrid assist system, pumping out a jaw-dropping 750 horsepower. That means instant torque off the line, improved efficiency compared to the old gas-guzzling days, and the unmistakable roar that no electric car can quite replicate. 0 to 60 is claimed at just 3.1 seconds, putting the GTX right up there with modern supercars, and the top speed pushes past 200 miles per hour. For those looking to the future, Chrysler has even announced an all-electric GTX variant, part of their future muscle lineup. This EV version uses dual motors, one on each axle, delivering all-wheel drive and an output north of 800 horsepower. The instant torque of the electric motors promises neck-snapping launches, with an estimated 0 to 60 in just 2.7 seconds. Range is around 350 miles on a single charge, with fast charging capability that can get you back on the road in minutes. It's Plymouth's way of saying muscle cars aren't dying, they're evolving. Step inside the 2026 GTX, and you'll see the perfect blend of retro charm and modern luxury. The dashboard features a wide digital display that stretches seamlessly from the driver's side to the center, but the design cues are inspired by the wood-trimmed panels and chrome accents of the original GTX models. You get leather and suede sports seats with contrast stitching, customizable ambient lighting, and a flat-bottom steering wheel that feels as aggressive as the car looks. The infotainment system runs Chrysler's latest Uconnect 7 interface, offering full wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, along with a head-up display and even augmented reality navigation. For audiophiles, there's an optional Harman Kardon sound system with 20 speakers. But let's be honest, most people will probably prefer the soundtrack of that HEMI V8. One area where the GTX really shines is its driving technology. You've got adaptive suspension that can adjust on the fly between comfort and track modes, giving you a smooth ride on the highway but razor-sharp handling on a twisty back road. Brembo carbon ceramic brakes come standard on the higher trims, giving you the stopping power needed for a 750 horsepower muscle car. There's also launch control, torque vectoring, and multiple drive modes, including a track setting that lowers the suspension, tightens steering, and even tweaks the exhaust note to give you that raw, unfiltered muscle car sound. Safety hasn't been overlooked either. The GTX comes with a full suite of driver assist features, including adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking, and blind spot monitoring. But unlike many modern cars, Plymouth has kept these features in the background, allowing drivers to turn them off completely if they want that pure, unfiltered driving experience. That's an important detail because muscle cars have always been about the driver being in control, and the GTX stays true to that spirit. Now let's talk about price, because that's going to be a huge factor in how this car is received. The entry-level hybrid V6 starts around $65,000, which positions it competitively against cars like the Mustang Dark Horse and the Camaro ZL1. The HEMI-powered version jumps closer to $85,000, while the electric GTX with all its cutting-edge tech is expected to start just under $100,000. That makes it a serious investment. But considering the performance, heritage, and exclusivity, it's a price many enthusiasts will gladly pay. What makes the 2026 Plymouth GTX so important isn't just the specs or the design, it's what it represents. In a world where many automakers are moving away from performance cars in favor of SUVs and crossovers, bringing back the GTX shows a commitment to the enthusiasts who still crave power, style, and character in their cars. It's a bridge between the past and the future, offering gasoline power for the purists, hybrid tech for the realists, and full electric performance for those embracing the next era. Few cars manage to cover that much ground, but the GTX does it while wearing a badge that means so much to muscle car history. At the end of the day, the 2026 Plymouth GTX is more than just a car, it's a statement. It says muscle cars are alive and well, that heritage still matters, and that innovation doesn't have to mean abandoning what makes driving special. Whether you're a lifelong Mopar fan or just someone who appreciates beautiful design and brutal performance, the new GTX is one of those cars that demands respect. So what do you think? Is the reborn GTX the muscle car revival we've all been waiting for? Or is it a bold experiment that might divide opinions? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because we'd love to hear what the Car Vibes community thinks. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2026 Plymouth GTX, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Car Vibes for more content on the cars that move us, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep those engines revving and stay tuned for more Car Vibes coming your way.